Today I'm going to give you a little overview of my trip to Guatemala. My name is Suzanne Perezzini, and I'm the creator of several Low Fodmap coaching programs and the author of 2 Low Fodmap cookbooks. My website is strandsofmylife.com. Now, a couple of weeks ago, we went on a holiday to Central America and visited Guatemala, Costa Rica, and then spent a couple of days in San Francisco. Now, this video is just showing you a quick overview of my trip through Guatemala. And I'm not an expert videographer, so it's a bit shaky and not always very in focus. But I've done my best to give you the flavor of the country. Alright, here we go. We left Guatemala City and travelled along roads with lots of potholes through pretty lush vegetation. More potholes. Our van driver was very delicate, and we saw beautiful stone heads that had been buried in the city, and lots of utes like this one with workers on the back of them, and many colourful churches all over Guatemala. And then back on the road again with the potholes, beautiful streams. Sometimes it was rather slow moving. Here we're going through sugarcane, and then we reached this lovely hotel we stayed in at Chiquitenango. It was built on the ruins of a convent, and all the furniture was antique. And the day we were there, they had a lovely, colourful market, as you can see. It's just, Guatemala is full of colour, and a colourful cemetery. And then back on the road, we were going towards Quetzaltenango. Now that was a chicken bus we just went past, and there are lots of those, that's the public transport, and they're called chicken buses because they play chicken with the traffic. They've got deadlines to keep, and apparently there's lots of accidents. So you'll see in this trip several chicken buses flying past us. And here we're just going through small settlements. We arranged their fruit beautifully, as you can see, another chicken bus. Here we are at Quetzaltenango, and we stayed there just one night, and then we were off again. This is our first traffic jam we got into, and we had to go through a whole lot of very narrow streets. Here we are going past a chicken bus. That wasn't as easy as it looked. And we got to a market which we walked through, and we saw a lady putting turtle eggs into a drink, and then we walked through the market and saw all the beautiful produce which supposedly came from the local farms according to our guide, but we did see a sticker on some of the fruit that it was produced in Chile, so maybe it was some of the off-season fruit. Back on the road again, on our way, we're heading now to Lake Atilan, and here it is. It's gorgeous, and it's surrounded by volcanoes. In fact, here we are on our first lunch when we had arrived, and this place was right on the edge of the lake. And I was just going to say that there are 22 volcanoes in Guatemala. 7 of them are active, and you can see a few there in the distance. Anyway, this was our first lunch at the lake, and there was my lunch, fresh fish with chips and seasonal vegetables. And we stayed in this beautiful hotel called Hotel Atilan, and it had gorgeous, gorgeous gardens, and inside everything was antique and very full of character. But we did have to walk quite a long way to get to our room. It was a big place. Up the stairs and along this veranda, but we had a beautiful view of some of the gardens down below, and this is only a snippet of the gardens. And there's a colourful parrot, which you can see flapping his wings, and then back along the veranda to our room, which was very acceptable. This is the breakfast room, and it was looking out over the lake. We had dinner in a local restaurant. It was a lot of fun with the group. And then the next day off across the lake to this village called Santiago Aguilan. It's one of the many villages around the edge of the lake. This was a very peculiar building. with strange architecture and gorgeous kids, and most of the women were dressed in traditional clothing. And then we got back on the boat and off we went back to the hotel, where we left the hotel, and driving back up the hill, you can see the lake as we leave Lake Aquilan, heading for Antigua, which is a World Heritage Site. It's a town where you're only allowed to go to one level. Here we are in Antigua. Oh no, this is the traffic jam on the way to Antigua. My husband and I got out and we walked along to see what was going on. Apparently there was a big accident on the main highway between a container and a bus, and the traffic just kept jamming up. But we walked right to the head and we found, in fact, that there was a policeman directing traffic. Now here we're in Antigua. You can see how beautiful it is, and this is our hotel. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous hotel. Again, full of character with stone walls and antique furniture. And it was called the Camino Real. It was a little bit outside the centre of Antigua, but still in Antigua. And this is our hotel room. 2 big double beds, lovely big bathroom, a massive shower. And the hotel itself was just gorgeous. And here are a few shots that I took of the actual hotel. And this one here is right outside our door. Now this is another hotel we didn't stay at, but it was a very upmarket hotel that was built on some ruins. And I'll just let you enjoy the shots as I move around this hotel. It's really unique. And this is our tour group in a moment, together with the tour guide in the room. Now we went for a walk through Antigua. This is a boy blowing bubbles in the street. It was just a lovely, peaceful place with gorgeous shopping. This is the main square, where there are a few buildings that have more than one story. This was the local market set in some ruins, and we walked through it. And as you can see, very colourful. All the produce they make, not just for the tourists, but they actually wear it themselves, wear these clothes. Outside again, and we all got in the van and went up to this lookout point where we could look down over Antigua, and there's the volcano in there. Then we headed back to Guatemala City, and the next day we flew out to Costa Rica.
Ready to take the fast track to an IBS-free life? I'll show you how. Get started now. Check out the details at strandsofmylife.com/IBS-free. Your reward will be a joyful, symptom-free life.